Hey everybody, how are you doing today? How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Blessed up, prayed up, abundant. All right. You guys, I don't know. When I got up this morning, I did start another channel. Okay. It's called Ascension's Edge Tarot. All right. And I have posted like a few little, like two videos over there to start it out. Um, like anything new, I was all nervous and stuff. So it was kind of funny because I've been doing this for a while. And it's like, why was I nervous, y'all? That's funny. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to continue to do my readings over here also. Okay. I'm not like the type to just do multiple channels. Okay. This channel here, I'm really not knowing what's. And I'm really not caring about that because it's like I can't concentrate on that. That's not what it's all about. Okay. What it's all about to me is just doing what I've always been able to do and expressing it, letting people see universally, what I'm about, what I do. And it's just, I'm not worried about it. But there are some individuals that are worried about it. I can't, you know, I can't, be upset for them. So it's just like one of those things that happen, you know. People don't want to see you be motivational. People want to keep people in a. I just don't want y'all, my chest right here because I don't have a bralette on. Okay. So yeah, I'm not into all that either. But it's just like one of those things where it's like people don't want you to help individuals. People don't want you to speak a truth. And when you do, it's like, oh no, no, no. We can't have that. And I've never been like that. Never. I've never tried to block anybody. I've never felt jealous of anybody. I've never felt like I've had to do anything to anyone to block their success or anything. But it's like I woke up this morning and I said, yeah, I'm going to start this new channel. But I said, Lord, I don't know about doing all that because I'm here for you, but I'm not here to run. I don't run. I don't know. I stand and I fight my battles. And it's just the funniest thing because I don't give up and I don't give in. I'm a very relentless individual. I'm a fighter and I fight for my way, okay? And other people that have been going through situations in life and you know, just letting you know how people really are because people are so scandalous and people use God like it's nothing. And that's sickening. I mean, that's really. So I think people are funny in that way because it's like you don't even know what you're doing. You don't know what you're coming up against. You don't know who you're coming up against. You don't bother everyone. And that's just really who I am. I'm a humble individual until you show me that I have to handle you otherwise. And it's just like, I don't even have to handle you. I don't even, I don't like getting my hands dirty with people that do that. If you are what you are, that's fine. Just be real while you're here. You do things for God, God blesses you, yes. But when you're anointed to do something, it's a little different. It's a different vibration because it's like what people feel like they're doing to somebody, you're actually empowering the hell out of them. You're giving them that juice, that jolt. And it's like, okay, once you do that, then there's no turning back. But it just kind of kills me how people are, and it's funny, and it's why you was trying to humiliate and make somebody else look like they were false the whole time you are, because it's like you got to throw that off and put the heat on somebody else so nobody's really paying attention to you. But all the while, you're watching who gives you inspiration to go do you, but that wasn't enough. You had to take it and you had to copy it. Okay? But no matter. People see it. It's okay. I see it. If I see it, I know there's some other people that see it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't do that. And that's what makes me the better person in the situation. When you feel like people are following you and things, I'm going to tell you, I did a reading and I said something about that. People are going to feel like people are following them. Nobody's following you but your own evil deeds. You see what I'm saying? So if you're out here doing wrong and all that, yeah, you're going to be paranoid. And it's the kind of paranoid that you can't do anything about. You can't soothe that kind of paranoid because, honey, God's everywhere. And when you're doing something wrong and you know that you have wronged someone and they're truly God's people who you sat there and said, oh no, they're a false prophet. They're not real. No, 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 I am. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, well, first of all, um, you cannot escape that. You're going to be looking around. Anyway, y'all, I mean, I can't even talk about it like that because I find that funny, okay? You feel like you're being followed. But in reality, the physical's not following you. Your demons are following you. Those are those inner demons that yelled at you and said, are you sure you want to take this quest? And you agreed. You said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to be better. I want to be greater than this person. I want all the riches, the material things life can bring me. And then that's what you did. Okay? These people are losing their damn minds, okay? They're doing too much. It's like they're trying different measures. It's like if I do this, then let me see. If I do this, then let me see. If I do this, then I can you shouldn't have to do all that, honey. Just chill. Just chill, baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are. Yeah, you being followed. But that's nothing that you can control now because you didn't control the narrative at first. You could have left well enough alone and went on and lived and been. But hey, thank y'all. Welcome back. Okay, I don't know if I said that or not because I'm amused, all right? And I really think it's funny for all the people, that keep doing this mess. I feel sorry for you, and I feel sorry for your soul and your sanity because that's the first thing that's going to go. You're going to feel like you have to do multiple things uh, at not speed or something. I don't know, but it's kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny to me. That's why I sit here and I say, you know what? I'm connected to God on a level to where if you understand, you understand. If not, then okay, fine. People are scared of what they don't understand, and especially if they're getting out there, honey, they'll try to hide that. They'll try to make it look like just, I don't know what happened. They fell off the face of the earth. No, these people were just busy pressing that report button and doing this and doing that. But I don't run, honey. I don't because I got I got the Holy Spirit. And I'm happy and it makes me feel so good and I'm moved by it every day. I know what moves me. I know who moves me. Unlike some people, okay? Some of y'all don't even know the half of it. You don't even know who you're communicating to. You don't even know who you're talking to. And that's when it gets fun. Because, honey, they're going to drive you and they're going to work you like an old horse until you're just dragging along and just can't do nothing, and your mind's just scrambled. Because half of these people, if you would notice, just open your eyes. Like I always say, just look. Just look through the exterior into the interior to the soul that is barely there. So yeah, you're gonna be running from yourself. You're gonna be running from yourself. Wow. No weapon formed against me, so what does that mean? If no weapon is formed against me, what is that weapon going to do? It's going to turn on you. And boy, has it. So, you guys, right about now, I'm asking God, my divine heavenly protectors, my angels of the white light, my spirit guides, and my ancestors to please stand beside me as I'm delivering these messages. Please protect my soul family, my love lights, my collective as they are receiving these messages. Huh? We are blessed. We are grateful. We show gratitude even when there is very little. Okay, we are still grateful. I am grateful. We are grateful. Amen, amen, and amen. I am grateful for the opportunity to be sitting here and doing something that I hid my whole life. I hid this from people. I know I have a very, very strong inner knowing. I know what's real and I know what's not. And I want to open people's eyes to that because there's too much of that going on. It's programming. I'm not sitting here trying to be funny, but it's just the realism of it all. It's programming. Okay? So, you guys, I'm going to get into a reading just to check the overall energy here. Okay? Just to see what's going on. Because me, myself, I feel really embarrassed if I was just sitting here doing something and my heart's really not in it. It's just kind of like a quick fix to certain things with people. It's attention, it's narcissism, it's the having people under the control. You understand? And no, it's not that serious because God controls me. All right. So let's see you guys, what comes out here. Ooh. Ghosts of the past. The past returns for a time. Okay. Now with this, it did come out in reverse. Okay, if you guys can see it, because I'm on my daylight here. Okay, there you go. There we go. I just feel like it's like a lingering. It's like before you fall off that ladder, there's this lingering. It's like someone is lingering. They keep lingering. They keep hanging out. They keep hanging around. Even though they've been warned not to, they can't help it because at this point in the game, they're being haunted. They're haunted from their past. And it's these people that was trying to keep your past relevant with your future. You can't do that. In life, as I have said, I feel like I've died 1,000 times. Reinventing yourself, God reinventing you, is a different feeling than just doing it yourself. When you give up that thing of, let me reinvent myself, let me do it over and over and over and over and over. No, you need that guidance from God, okay? You need that guidance. Whichever you seek to know, you will get led. If you're meant to be on that right path. If you're not meant to be there, you don't withstand the storm. But if you are, you're going to stand tall through the strong winds that will never break you. Okay? You're not a limb. You're a strong rooted tree. And these people, they're trying to sway you because you become so strong, right? Mm-hmm. You become so strong, honey. We have Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Count your blessings. And you see how much the ghosts are coming out? These are the spirit guides. These are the ancestors that's always carried you through to the next level. And they're not going to let you fall because you're actually listening to what you need to hear from them. There are times when you sat there and said, "Woo, that was close." Huh? Literally. That's because God has always had your back. You've always been protected. You've always been watched over. You know how, you film your babies when they're little and they come home from the hospital and you're like, "Oh, look at my baby, and this is the first day home," and all that good stuff. And you see those little orbs dancing around that baby. That's that ultimate protection, okay? And I know you've seen it. That's that ultimate protection. You've been protected since a baby. But it's people that wanted you to sit there and doubt what you sat alone and listen to and know that you are. You may have not have seen this when you were a teenager, okay? You might have known there was something different about you. Because when you were sitting in a room full of people, you was actually sitting alone. But you never was alone because you were sitting there with your protection that they never thought was as strong as it was. Okay? We have curiouser and curiouser. Yeah. These people thought you were weird. Okay? It's like you didn't have anything in common with them. But then it's some of us that tried to find common ground and slid into things we had no business sliding into. But we had soul enough to get up out of that. And when you got soul enough to get up out of that, they're wondering how they didn't break you and drag you to the point of the non-existent soul that they are. When you come up out of that, ooh, you feel like I can do anything that I set my mind to. Because God is good, He's going to have your back because He knew. A constant friend is He, okay? Yeah. And you listen. We have Violet Angel, Breaking Dawn. Now is your time, all right? Now is your time. Stay steadfast and take heed to the direction. For it is the way, the truth, and the light. Don't sit there and let anybody shadow you, especially those who do not belong. Those who have opened the door unjustly. All that wickedness is going to come back on them. People are being alarmed. There's an alarm. If you have noticed this, you are a chosen one. There's an alarm going off right now and it's telling you to get up. Get up. Don't let them hold you down. Get up. It is your time. Don't let them do that. But I know for sure that some of these people, they're paranoid right now because they know what they did. Okay? Look. Voodoo in blue in reverse, and use your time wisely. Okay? And I'm showing y'all so you can see this. How long did people think that they could monitor, that they could conceal the truth? How? Use your time wisely. Use your time well. There's just so much time in a day. But people feel as though they can get away with these lies. People are out here scamming and lying, talking about they're homeless and they're not. They just want that extra boost. They just want that extra attention that they don't want you to have or the next person to have. To me, that's just the selfish individual that you are. When we were all born, we were born under a creed, okay? We were all born under an attachment. Either we are attached to the Most High or we need to find and navigate to find that attachment. Now, there are the people that navigate to try to find that attachment, but they are latching on to people that have meaning in their life, and they feel they have no meaning when everybody does have a meaning. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to find your own, but you also have to do the inner work, okay? The outer work will shine through later when the inner work is done and concrete within standing in your purpose. All right? There are people that do not know. They don't want you to know that because they always want to be better, stronger, greater, smarter. And yes, there's always going to be, you have to tell yourself that's the first thing that is like to ward off jealousy and envy is to tell yourself that yes, okay, someone could be better than me, but I am the best I am. Now you say that to yourself. You look in the mirror. There's always going to be somebody greater than me, but I am the best that I am to receive and to walk in my greatness. Everybody is not allowed access to you because some of the people that want to access you, they want to use you, drain you, siphon everything that makes you you so you're not you anymore and they can become you. No. That's why they say take your power back. God gave you a gift, share it. If they don't like it, keep going. Because for those that don't love you and like you, there's going to be a million others that love you. Okay? Nobody else's decisions, nobody else's dilemmas are going to put you in that space and that connection with God the way that you are. The winged seer. You're going to have people that's going to doubt you. But the thing about that is you keep going. You don't care. You've always been able to see. I'm pretty sure a few of you have scared friends and family. Hell, some of y'all scared family so much they don't even deal with you. They don't want nothing to do with you because they're scared of you. They think you know what they did to you last summer, last winter, last fall, whenever. These are people that don't even deserve to be in your life anyway, loves. Okay? They don't deserve to even be there. They don't need a seat at your table. The reaping season is upon us. And the thing about it is, here they come. Here they come with all their glory of paranoia. Okay? Because they're sure paranoid. Yeah. They're like, oh my goodness. As long as you're protected and you walk in the light in your rightful place. Okay? Your heart is pure. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay? People can look all they want to, but don't touch. Okay? And that means in any way, shape, or form, spiritually, physically, mentally. Look but don't touch. Alright? Look at you in all your glory and splendorous ways. Alright? You're beautiful. Keep on moving. Alright? Keep on moving. Don't stop now. I sound like, what was it? Soul to Soul? Keep on moving. Don't stop. No. Okay? It's meant for you. And what's meant for you is for you. And that's what some people don't realize. You're going to wreck yourself trying to come between someone and their quest that they've had since birth. They're right, basically. People inspire And the thing to me is there'd be so many people that are still here if people weren't so cruel and people weren't so demeaning and people showed more love. There'd be so much that'd be different in this world right now. There'd be so many changed minds. There'd be so many souls that have been uplifted and encouraged to keep carrying on if people would just be who they are and adjust to it and look at what you need to fix. Let me tell you something. If you're jealous, man or woman, go sit in a room full of beautiful women or handsome men that the world just see as just beautiful or handsome. Sit there. Humble yourself to pick yourself back up. Because that's the only way that's going to work. And I'm going to tell you how I know that, because I've had to do it. You got to give credit where credit is due. That's where that jealousy and envy comes in. You walk into a room, you're the best dressed, you're the prettiest. In your mind, you're the most beautiful in this room. But hold on. You are, but yet and still, there's other beautiful souls in this room also that need their credit. They're beautiful too. That will humble you. Yes, it will. Sometimes that has to happen. And God knows that it has to happen. Humility. Sometimes in life, yeah, you're going to have embarrassments. You're going to have times when you just don't feel like you're enough, but really you are. And when you go around people that have that demon in them, ooh, okay, I got one. I want to keep them in this low vibration. No, baby. Don't sit there and think nothing is ugly about you. Don't sit there and think that, oh no, I can't do that. Let me tell you something. There's, let me tell you something. There's failure, but you tried. There's failure, but you tried. There's failure, you're getting better. There's failure, I'm almost there. There's failure, whoop, then you win. Then you say to yourself, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad that I didn't run and took my tail between my legs like some coward individual, because that's what these people are doing now. That's why they all paranoid, looking behind them and thinking people following them. Honey, ain't nobody following you. Let's go. Ain't nobody following you. Yeah, right, in reverse. See, these are people that you were so humble with, right? In the past, they thought that you were just lenient to the fact of being weak, able to destroy very easily. But they can't do this. These rituals are failing. Whatever they call rituals. Because I'm going to tell you, most of the time, the people that talk about this, all that and all that, okay, I'm telling you now, you do a ritual and it gets high tech. Rituals just don't end with animal sacrifices, things like that. And we know that. They go much more extensive than that. It's way beyond what a mind that is set on the worldly material needs of man can even think. How bad do you want something? How bad do you want something? Take your mind there. If you want something so bad, you're willing to do anything and everything. Go above and beyond. And that's what these people have done to you. To us. We're only here having this human experience, okay? And what we've seen so far is it's despicable, okay? It's despicable. Yeah, we have real estate, okay? Speaking of investments, people have invested so much of their life trying to destroy other people's life because they're not happy within. They're mad because they feel like their family didn't accept them. But they didn't sit there and say, why is it that I'm so different? They didn't want to sit there. These are fallen chosen ones, okay? They're out there too, and you know that. They're the ones that want to mislead because they feel as though they've been left out. Kicked out the kingdom never to return because they didn't want to do the inner healing, the work that comes with it, with being who you are. They feel outcasted. So they feel outcasted, so let me outcast somebody else. Let me make them feel like they're not wanted or needed in this world. When you know damn well you are. That's why they're going through so many trials and tribulations right now. And it's not going to stop. We have marionette and reverse puppet. That's my puppet master card. It's like they can't use you. People got so fascinated to the point of where they was trying to just control you some way, shape, or form. But you can't control God, can you? No. The wondrous works of God can never be controlled by no mere man, nor woman. Okay? And I feel like as everyone is waking up from that control, from that mind control, from that pressure put on you from society. Society wants to turn you, and this is so crazy, society wants to turn you demonic. Okay? We have evidence here. So it's like now we know who we're playing with. It's like someone wanted the proof on you, but the proof on them came out when they wanted the proof on you. Is that making sense? Okay? It's like trying to make people turn on you so bad. They were digging so deep to where it's like, wait a minute. Is it that serious that you have to do this much? So, for messing with the chosen ones, it's time for you to see what affliction you brought upon God's chosen, God's children, God's anointed. Because there's two different people that walk in this world. The ones that shouldn't mess with, and the ones that'll go for anything. Okay? They found proof on this. It's just, no, it's not going to work anymore. Look, they're stressed. They can't do any black magic, any voodoo, any ritual, any nothing. Because it's coming back on them. Now they're sitting there like, oh, I'm so sorry what I did. You know what? You can apologize, but still, you brought that paranoia on yourself. Nobody's following you but those demons that dwell in you, that you conjured up to go mess with somebody else's psyche. Okay? Yep. So I know what it is, okay? I know what it is, and I know how it feels. Okay? Yeah. It's just is what it is. Okay? Introvert. Let's just put it like this. These are people that were monitoring you day in, day out, invading your space, your privacy. mad because you're healing. You're able to do that. You're able to do that. They feel disabled in that area. And just because you do that and just because you speak out and you speak your truth, they didn't want to hear it because your truth reflects back on their demons. And it burns. You see through it. You see who's real and who's not real. You see it. And if not, you're waking up to it. You're like, wait a minute. But this whole time? You mean to tell me this whole time? This whole time. And I'm really, honestly, I've always been the one to hate to say I told you so. And I don't even have that. I don't like to say that. I really don't, but I'll be like, I'll say something like that, because, you know, I told you once, I shouldn't have to tell you twice, and if I do, yeah, it's something all wrong here. Something all wrong, baby. Yeah, we have relaxation. You feel that peace and that serenity. Like you are relaxed because you know the truth. You just let people wallow in their lies as you know the truth. Okay? We have illness here, but yet we have relaxation. So it's like everything, they wanted you to be sick. Some of you guys have been having like a stomach issue to where you feel like you have to get sick, but in reality you don't. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like that. Ugh. That feeling. That feeling. Okay? Look. Creeping and moves in silence here. So it's like, yeah, keep what you're doing to yourself. You don't have to broadcast it to everybody. Okay? And when it happens and it turns for you, people are going to be like, well, I did everything that I could do. But right now, it's time to pay that debt. They got to pay that debt. And part of it is receiving what they were trying to do unto you. Okay? Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And yeah, they wouldn't want anybody doing that to them, though. Okay? Sending that negative energy, trying to break people's success, how they're moving, what they're doing. Yeah, we have stalker, happiness hater, bad habits. Okay, these are people that are mad because how you move is way different than they could ever move. Okay, if you could see that just a bit there with the bad habits, we got the happiness hater right there, and we have the stalker. Okay, so these people, yeah, like I said, they feel like people are watching them. They feel like people are coming for them. Okay, it's like trying to throw off that you're doing something. My thing is, I could never go and copy off someone else. I could never go and have my day to where it's like I'm really not receiving any knowledge from my connection with God and go over to the next person and take that from them and incorporate it with me. No, that's not cool. Okay? And a lot of people are doing that. And it's fine. Like I said, go above and beyond your teacher. Just as long as you can walk the walk when that karma comes back to you. Okay? And it's like they're watching. They're obsessed. They don't want to see you happy. One accomplishment, it pisses them off. Some of these people are just, they have addictions. They're addicted to that. They do that. Okay? Some of these drugs are bad that they're doing. And you can tell. But most of all, you're an addiction. And that's a bad habit. They're getting used to it. Because that greed, that evil, what are there, 72 demons? Something like that, y'all. If I'm correct, it's like 72 demons or something like that. All these demons are swirling around trying to do something and trying to make the chosen ones bow down. But that's the only way that they can control these people is with material. Once they bribe them with the material and the finer things in life, it becomes a habit. So they don't care who they have to step on. They don't care who they got to do anything to. They're there. Okay? But people are starting to see it for what it is. It is what it is. Step up. Yeah, dirt digging. Look at this. Trying to find evidence. And that come out over evidence. People are starting to see this now. They sitting here trying to dig dirt up on you, honey. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not squeaky clean. But I'm going to tell you something. I've never done anything to harm anyone. Alright? I've never. Now, a speeding ticket? Yes. Okay, yes. But I've never done anything like that because that's not in my heart. I'm a good person and I'm good to people. And half of the stuff, we don't deserve things that are done to us. We never deserve the things. But we learn from those things, but these people can't. That's why they're forever trapped in this hell of whirlwind of life. Okay? Nothing changes. Everything remains the same. Yeah, scarcity tactics. Now they're scared. Okay, they're stressed out. Paranoid. And that's only the beginning. Okay? And how do I know? I know. It's paranoia. Because you know you're doing something wrong. That's like, how can I put this? You know what, y'all? I love using toddlers because I love kids so much. It's so I love that feeling of raising and instilling faith and belief and knowing you could do it into children because they are so innocent. They are the innocent faces of humanity. Okay? But when you tell them, don't remember what happened last time when you went over there? Remember what happened last time, but the little stinkers, they go over there and they do it again. And, okay, I'm gonna pick you up again. And baby, just stop going over there and doing that. But their mind is not on the dangers of what they're doing. Your mind is because you're grown and knowledgeable. You already know. But it's like raising the toddler. They're in a toddler sense of mind. They keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And it's like there's no fear after a while. Daredevils. That's why there's daredevils. Hell, they're not scared. I feel like the chosen ones are the daredevils. They want you to be scared to soar. That's freedom. You think in these relationships you get into and they're not all what they're cut out to be and they're trying to dim your light, you think that that was just a coincidence? No, that was to build your character. That was to show you what you shall not let into your energy ever again. And if you feel any inkling of the beginning of something like that, you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm strong enough to let that go because I'm not going to go through that in life anymore. Okay? There's a lot of demonic ops. There's a lot of things that they're trying to do. Okay? Look. We have Queen Rising here. And Ain't Ish. Let me put the Queen Rising over the Ish here. Okay, so you know Ain't Ish, okay? So yeah, these people are doing stuff so you can't rise above and soar. And know what's up in life, okay? That's funny. That's funny. Because it's like after a while, they're like a little freaking robot. And they can't stop. It's scary. They can't stop. Okay? I'm going to use my, I think it's pre-Raphaelite. I think that's what it is, y'all. Sometimes I like using my different, decks, kind of, the energy. Yeah. Just keep walking, okay? Just keep walking. Because the ones that are walking by sight, pretty soon they're going to go blind, okay? You walk by faith, there's no other way. You can't see things any other way. Even if somebody's doing you wrong, you guys still see the brighter side of that person. And that's, oh goodness, why? Like I said, sometimes it's a curse, but it's a blessing all in the same. Okay, we have the temperance here. All right, a balance. There needs to be a balance here. Okay, they're out of balance. They're watching you balance. It's like a tightrope. They're watching you walk this tightrope, and you're making it. Huh. Yeah, you're making it. And they want to ruin that balance, okay? They want to ruin your happiness. Yeah, we have the Five of Wands here. They want to ruin that happiness. You have competition. You have jealousy. You have fighting, quarreling amongst each other. Okay? All because you found your balance in life. All because you know what's up. All because you are you. All right? Yeah. Okay? We have the Four of Cups here. They feel rejected now. They're the ones that's feeling like they're pushed out of a situation. They're the ones that feel as though nobody wants anything to do with them. Okay? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because people are starting to really see for themselves. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like trying to stop you from accomplishing. Okay? Trying to stop you from something that you worked so hard for basically your whole life to come in balance with yourself. They want to stop that. They want to stop your motivation. All right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are the people that are scared to death now. Okay? They're scared to death. Yep. Okay, we have the Devil in reverse. All right? And this one is not so, like everything needs to be covered up because they're covered up basically. Okay? But that devil energy here is because it's returning to them. They got them demons on them. There's no telling how many. Okay? For the life that they wanted to come up against, to take. Okay? To be. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay? Mm-hmm. They wanted to end your joy, your celebration, just life itself. They're not celebrating now because you're still rising to the top and you're not going to stop. Because God put you there. You're appointed. Sit there. You sit there. Don't take that crown off. Mm-mm. They want you to hand it over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chariot in reverse. They want you to hand it over. They want you to be stalled. Yeah. Mm-hmm. These people ain't ish. Them people that sit around and want this to happen to you. They want it to happen to you. What they wish on you, not for you. They're halted. They tried to halt you. Now they're going to see how it feels. Oh, okay. Because we have the High Priestess here. Mm-hmm. The all-knowing, the all-seeing. Okay? And some of y'all is very, very strong. You have a balanced energy. You want to bring balance to humanity. You don't want to rip it apart and shred it up and make it mush. No, you want to form it. Make it solid. Make loving love again. Make being just what it is, who you are, accepting who you are. Love is love. You can't stop that. Okay? And as I've said, and I keep saying this, there'd be so many people still here. If people would have just took the time to listen and to contribute to healing, people wouldn't have felt like they didn't belong. Okay? Because everybody has a place. Everything has a place. Yeah. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is being held back. Yeah. People were trying to block those messages because to them that makes no sense of what we're trying to do. We're trying to set a worldwide program of, let's just see, hate. You have to be this certain way to be accepted. And that's how they wanted you to not fit in, not be accepted. Okay? They wanted to come up with all these lies so people would think you were something that you really weren't. Yeah, the Seven of Cups in reverse. These lies, these illusions. It's a sad thing that it's coming all to an end. It's a sad thing. Okay? Because you're not what these people said you were. Okay? They're that. They just wanted the heat off of them. Alright? And that's how it is. Now you got the heat on you. Okay? You're in some type of... These people are in some type of psychosis. Alright? We have the Page of Wands here. Alright? Yeah, mentally disturbed. Okay? They're getting the message that they needed to leave you alone and stop messing with you. Okay? Yeah. It's crazy. They're sending them a very defined message. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Nobody can take away what is yours. Alright? And that's exactly what it is. They didn't want you to stand independent because they need a crutch to lean on. And it sure wasn't God. Okay? It was those demonic forces they were calling on that now are hindering and haunting them at night, and they can't sleep. They can't eat. They can't function. Okay? They keep on trying to do things, and it's too much. With the Two of Swords here. Yeah, it's like being undecisive of what they want to do. Now it's like they want to listen. They want to listen but still be blind to the fact that you are who you are. But they're going to pay for every little thing that they do. It doesn't matter if it's by you or somebody else, but you can't play with everybody. That's what I'm saying. We got the Ten of Wands and we have the Two of Wands. Okay? If you can see them, I hope so. Yeah, there's no direction. It's misguided. They're burdened. Alright? It's a hindrance. It's something that they didn't want. They didn't know they were going to get this. They didn't foresee this. That this was coming for them. A whole train wreck. Okay, but now they're paranoid. Look at the tower. Now they're sitting here paranoid because it's all turning back on them. All right. Okay. It's all turning back on them. Yeah. The Death card at the bottom of the deck here, if you can see that. Yeah. It's all coming back on them. All right. And for not really listening, it's really falling down quickly. Yeah. Because we have the King of Cups here. Okay. And we have the Six of Cups. All right. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy is out here. Leo, Aries, Sag, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. All right. Libra. Yeah. Yeah, these people would gather around in groups and talk about what you were doing and how they can manipulate a situation And the longer that they got in these groups and talked about these things to manipulate the situation, the more they thought they were going to hold you back. But in reality, it made you more of a spiritual warrior out here. Okay? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But it brought that bad karma, man. I don't want karma like that. I don't want that. Okay? I could be talking to a Virgo because the Hermit card here, if you can see that. Hermit. Yeah. It's like you went inward. There were things you had to work on, but you knew you had to work on them. And you didn't work off of anyone else's pain. You know how I'm going to say, you know how they say artists, they make the best work when out of their pain. They turn pain into power. Well, how in the hell are you going to take someone else's pain to make it your power if you've never been through that? If you don't know how that is, if you don't know how that feels, how in the hell are you going to do that? That's why everything is going to topple over and be destroyed for you so quick. That's why you're sitting there looking behind yourself now. Okay? Thinking people are following you. Because they are. The demons are following you. They're embedded within you, actually. And they're making you lose your mind. Make you have these delusions. Delusional. Okay? With the Five of Cups here, okay, I'm feeling like there's a lot of regret. Okay? There's a lot of regret, but they're not going to admit that they tried to end you in any way, shape, or form. They're not going to admit it. They're going to deny it. Yeah, to the grave. The death card here, but it's done. It's over. There's no way they're going to keep on doing that and not have any consequences to it. See, they thought they were high above. You're never high above God. Let's pull some. You know what? I'm going to use this oracle here instead of the Panther because I feel like this will be a good one. Nothing that you say will fall on deaf ears. Okay? I'm just saying that now. And it hasn't. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about who believes you and who doesn't. Which at the end of the world, an important end and a new beginning. Yeah. It's like they might have ended some things for you in your life. But things are about to get even sweeter and better. Okay? You're rebuilding. And you're going to be able to do this in peace. Yeah. Pink Lotus Fairy. A time for spirit. Okay? You're going to be able to do all of this in peace. You're not going to have any hindrance. Enough. Enough. Okay? You are spiritually strong. You know what angles. The angles. They're all coming back to them. Yeah, Carnivorous Flower Fairy. A tempting offer has a high price. Yeah. These people, man, I'm telling you, they're losing they're going cuckoo. Cuckoo. They're losing it. They're losing it. They're going off the hinges. They're losing their freaking doors. Yeah. Angel of Time. Working too hard. And that's in reverse. Yeah. All that hard work and effort for what? What you were promised? From the dark affiliates? Oh my. Yeah, the three fate, what comes around. Yeah, it's coming back. See, these people, they don't believe that. They don't believe that. They only believe what they tell themselves. Yeah, Violet Duchess, stifled, bored, and stuck. Exactly where they wanted you. Bitter and cold. Not understanding that what they were doing was working against them the whole time. Who were you talking to the whole time? Who are you telling to come and get somebody and they're knocking on your post right now? Okay? Fairy of the Green World, the The natural world needs you. Yeah, because you're needed. And there's so many other souls that you have destroyed that we needed. Okay? That were loved and still are. Okay? hmm What kind of price are you willing to pay? Find the lesson in reverse. And grumpy red fairy upright. So yeah, they're not learning. They keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. And handing down that generational curse that they will never break. There are curses, there are hexes, there is this, there is that. Everyone has their different bracket. But if you get into it to try to ruin somebody's life, wow. You shouldn't even get into it anyway. You shouldn't want to go in your kitchen and use utensils and pots and pans and oil and this and whatever the hell. I don't know. But you shouldn't even have that intention to want to do that. So anyway, you guys, that was your reading. I hope that somebody got something out of this, all right? I know I may not resonate with a lot of people, and I know that I am being hid. I know that I am being so I don't know what it is, but I don't care. But I'm still going to speak up and do what I do, okay? So it's like whatever's being done unto me, just know that it's going to be done unto you, but it's going to be a lot worse than what you're trying to do to me or anybody else for that matter. So I love y'all. Keep God first, always and always. I love y'all. Thank you so much. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.